Sorry about that, Chris. You got a little upstage there. So this morning, my name is George Kirk, and I'm an elder here at the church and have been for some time. And I come to you this morning with mixed emotions. I'm making a important enough announcement that I've actually got notes this morning. Last summer, our pastor Mark, had requested of our session that we begin a succession plan so that he can prepare for his retirement. Mark's been faithfully serving us for over 10 years now. We've had a succession of tremendous pastoral runs from Al Oliver through Bob Henley and now Mark. Mark's been such a faithful pastor to us that we're both saddened, I am, and I think many of you will be saddened by the notion of him not being our pastor at some point into the future. But I'm also happy for the two of them who have faithfully served the Lord for all of these years and, again, the last 10 plus years with us. So over the course of the last 9 months, the session has formed a succession planning team, of which Gary Peterson has been leading. I am a member, Mark Mary is a member, Shannon Anderson is a member, and most importantly, Mark himself is a member in helping plan for this succession. And part of what we've done over the last 9 months is we have hired what I think is as good a choice as we possibly could have made. A.E. Sloan leadership, led by Todd Bolsinger, who is a friend of ours, knows our church, but is pro at what he does. And his professionalism is in change management. And that's what we're going to go through here. So I couldn't be more pleased that they are on board helping guide us through this process. Yesterday, the session, the entire staff and the succession planning team met with Todd and Matt, who are part of the consulting team, to finalize the plans for this process and to create the best possible transition. And I am very optimistic for a number of reasons that this transition can be the best possible, and we are lucky as a church to be able to have a pastor who is willing and not in a hurry. Over the next 15 to 18 months is probably what this process is going to look like. And over the next 6 months, we'll simply be in a process of listening and discerning. It'll involve all of you. It'll involve the entire congregation. We'll be soliciting your feedback. Mark's committed to pastoring us through this transition, so whenever we may find a new pastor, we will not be in a lurch. Mark will be here. Mark will continue to shepherd us in the same way that he has been. And he's assured us also very generously that he's ready to begin retirement whenever we find a pastor for this new call. So having been through a couple of pastoral transitions in this church, I'm mixed emotions. I'm saddened, but I'm excited because I do think that this is going to be a tremendous opportunity for us to have Mark finish well, and for us to be able to move into the next chapter of the Church of the Big Wood. We'll be sending out a newsletter tomorrow, or soon, with all the details, and including some of the ways that we're going to be asking you all, each and every one of you, whether member or not, attendee or not, if we have your email address, you will be participating in this process, we hope, and we encourage. This listening and discernment process will take about the next 6 months. So hopefully through the end of this process, somewhere end of September, early October, we will have a profile that you all have helped to form for who we want to lead us into the next chapter of Church of the Big Wood. And I think the most important thing we want you all to hear, particularly from me, but I think from all of you, is how much I love and respect both Mark and Beth. Mark has, when I think back, it doesn't seem like a lot, but this place is transformed over and during the time of his leadership. And we're so grateful for that ministry among us. And we're grateful for granting and being able to, in a very comfortable, perfectly well-considered way, grant him and Beth their retirement. And we're committed to a terrific transition. So I'm glad I had my notes this morning. Thank you.
Wow. How do you respond to that? Some of you are surprised, I'm guessing. Some of you maybe are not so surprised. You're going, he was getting kind of old anyway. Some of you might even be thinking, it's like, it's about time. One of the things I wanted to say is, why now? Why this time? And I want to say, first of all, it's not because there's something wrong. In fact, I think that if I was going to really honestly assess where we are, things have never been better at this church. People, the church is growing, especially with young families, single adults. People are coming to faith in Jesus. I just got a note from someone this last week telling me of their wanting to follow Jesus. We're in a good place financially. We've done remodeling and prepared the facility for the next 20 years. Good stuff going on. We're in a great place. So that's not why. It's not because something's wrong. And it's not because I feel like I'm done serving somehow. I believe God still wants me as a Jesus follower to be using my gifts in ways that he's going to show me. So the question is, why now and why retire? Well, not now, but coming up. I honestly believe one of the things I reflected upon this week is that it really is, it's time for God's what's next for this church. That he has done great things, but he even has more for this church to be doing. And that more is going to be the place of someone else to lead. And I'm good with that. I also believe that it's the right time because it's time for God's what's next for me. I don't really know what that looks like because I've never been retired before. But here's what I do know. I do know it's going to mean being a more available husband to Beth, a more engaged friend to my adult children, an adoring grandparent to my new grandson. I know it's going to mean finding new ways to use my gifts in service to Jesus. And yes, I do believe it will be more opportunities to cast a fly as well. So over the next 12 to 18 months, what can you be doing? I want to encourage you all to pray. One of our elders told us this, and Billy Graham once was asked about what they can do for the crusades he was involved in. He said 3 things. He said, pray, pray, and pray. Yeah. So be praying for God to be working. So number 2, pray, and then participate in the process. There's going to be surveys that you're asked to fill out. Please do it. It's going to be really helpful. And then 3, pray and continue to follow and serve Jesus. Yeah, I believe that if we do those things, that God's going to use this time for the great, for whatever's next for this church. It's going to be wonderful. So please don't hesitate to talk to me anytime. Send me an email, give me a call. Happy to talk, let you know what's going on. I think that's it for me. God bless you all. Yeah.